I.S.U.P.K.
Yeah. Lost tribes.
UPK shit.
Strong palm. It's one west to the death of me. Some of the coldest young niggas you will ever see. Hit the streets, they get treated like celebrities. Separate from the fake like they got leprosy. You wanna raise some real niggas, this the recipe. Turning boys into men is the specialty. My niggas heavy in the game like the referee. Y'all niggas talk loud, but you ain't impressing me. And it's the home of the truth too. We so plugged in, we don't need Bluetooth. The general still raising up new troops. Might let a devil bow down and kiss my new boots. We got that warrior spirit, y'all niggas too cute. Your pastor took your ties and went and bought a new suit. Then he went and bought a new coupe. Niggas start their own group like it's a new truth. You niggas fruity and sweet like Fruit Loops. I'm a killer, I don't murder, but I do shoot. We must protect the compound. Where I'm from, they fell in love with them gun sounds. Get in this body for real, niggas is wildin'. 3 of my brothers died at the hands of gun violence. Looking in the casket like, damn, not again. At the funeral, Noah, it could have been one of his friends. Could have been by some ends, could have been by some hoes. A couple bullet holes got him singing End of the Road. Teaching niggas to code, they don't understand loyalty. And I'm a king, you don't understand royalty. You want some war on me? Here it is, come get it. Dumb lyrics, I'm really just having fun with it. Burn Babylon, let the bodies hit the flow. Lost tribes got the game in the figure 4. Letting niggas know the revolution televised. This ain't a song, I'm just ripping it for exercise. See, I can end any fight with a throat strike. Still giving all praise to the Most High. Slaying all them demons on God. Niggas out here acting like broads. They don't want no smoke with the squad. UPK shit, UPK shit. Slaying all them demons on God. Niggas out here acting like broads. They don't want no smoke with the squad. UPK shit, UPK shit.
Fuck that fake shit, fuck that fake shit. This the home of the truth, harder than the pavement. Niggas losing their integrity just to get paid quick. We some real niggas, straight from the bottom of the basement. We grew up with drug users when you just ain't say shit. But now it's time to speak up and free our people from Satan. These crackers got us in their clutches, it's modern day slavery. It's a war, you can't win it when you high as planes, bitch. Some niggas stable as water, some niggas can follow orders. Some niggas don't know they niggas, my niggas across the border. They build walls and the borders, but nothing gon' stop the Lord. Cause we building up an army with soldiers in every quarters. From Canada down to Florida to London, we on them corners. Calling white people devils, no apologies in order. We just preparing slaughter for all these sons and their daughters who taught us to hate our fathers and brought us nothing but horrors. Slaying nothing but demons until the Lord come redeem us. Battling Sadducees just like Jesus with Nicodemus. We believe that we free, but we really don't know what free is. I promise you, until my seed receive the kingdom, I'm
slaying all them demons on God. Niggas out here acting like broads. They don't want no smoke with the squad. UPK shit, UPK shit. Slaying all them demons on God. Niggas out here acting like broads. They don't want no smoke with the squad. UPK shit, UPK shit.
UPK shit, UPK shit. UPK shit, UPK shit.
I.S.U.P.K.
This is the I.S.U.P.K. out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. And y'all niggas mad, huh? I know why y'all niggas mad, though. Cause we ain't affiliated with none of you niggas out there. And that foundation what kept this building up since 1969. Since y'all want to leave home and cause all types of divisions and shit, cool then. The world already knows. It's just this simple. We not them, niggas.
I told you we not them. I told you we not them. I told you we not them. Told you we not them. This is 1 West UPK. You ain't about my father's business, stay up out our way. I told you we not them. I told you we not them. Told you we not them. Told you we not them. 1 West UPK. You ain't about the kingdom, niggas, stay up out of way. I told you we not them niggas, they are full of sin. They the ones that are out there talking about raping little kids. Truth is they don't fear God, well truth is they don't care, niggas. Spoil the child by spinning a ride, yo, Christ is coming to kill niggas. No either might be in our head, no hair might be in our bed. We love our own people, so no visit for the sun. No either might be in our head, no hair might be in our bed. We love our own people, so no visit from the fucking Fed. This shit is so damn scary. Truth is and uncanny. They on bad pages in purple, on a Madame Candy. Cutesy butch niggas from Mary, UPK niggas unfriendly. Cutesy butch niggas from Mary, UPK niggas unfriendly. Cutesy butch niggas from Mary, UPK niggas unfriendly. We not them that didn't stutter, lethal weapon, no Danny Glover. Some of these camp niggas are undercover. Lord says to love one another. Smart as hell with these scriptures, but we'll come out for our brothers. I told you we not them niggas. I told you we not them. I told you we not them niggas. I told you we not them niggas. It's one west. UPK, about my father's business, stay up out our way. I told you we not them niggas. 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 One west. UPK, you ain't about the kingdom, niggas, stay up out our way. I told you we not them niggas, they are full of sin. They that are out there talking about raping little kids. Truth is they don't fear God, well truth is they don't care. Spoil the child by spinning a ride, yo, Christ is to kill niggas. No either might be in our head, no hair might be in our bed. We love our own people, so no visit from the fucking Fed. This shit is so damn scary. Truth is and uncanny. They on bad pages in purple, on a pussy from a dead kid. This shit is so damn scary. Truth and uncanny. They on bad pages in purple, on a pussy from a dead kid. Cutesy butch niggas from Mary, you niggas unfriendly. We not them that didn't stutter, lethal weapon, no Danny Glover. Some of these camp niggas are undercover. Lord says to love one another. Smart as hell with these scriptures, but we'll dumb out for our brothers. I told you we not them niggas. I told you we not them. I told you we not them niggas. I told you we not them niggas. One west. UPK, you ain't about my father's business, stay up out our way. I told you we not them niggas. 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 This is one west. UPK, about the kingdom, niggas, stay up out our way. One west to the death since 1969, niggas. Price is coming to kill, niggas. Which niggas from me? UPK niggas all friendly.
We put a tidal wave of emotion upon the back burner. Coming up in this truth, you suffer like a Nat Turner. Terrence Crutcher ain't the first or the last of the black murders. Anybody trying to water you down, they lack the fervor. This the school of the hard knocks. We hard rocks, come with that smooth talk slick. You get your heart operated on your mind. It's what the Christian church made it on all the lies. And that white man you keep waiting on to fall out of the sky. Nothing but watery eyes and the gnashing of your teeth. We keep this brotherhood strong. Contort a bottle with the peace. We turn the drama into peace. But keep a lookout at the lookout. Anybody got a problem? No, we quick to bring the book out. As a fisher of men, I'm trained to always have my hook out. We them rebels you heard about. Same hands that have you took out 144,000 saints that Christ done took out. We wasn't straight, so we got the curse out. It's going down. You ain't gotta be from around. Just a member of the family. Religion
Christianity. It's just a white man's fantasy to keep us out the land through the vanity of our eyes. You can't deny the devil being a lie and a terrorist. The UPK is real as it gets, the realest it's ever been. Every trooper is evidence, the officers, weapon specialists, the captains of chariots, the generals dropping jewels on you Judas Iscariots. Repent, motherfucker. In the world I wasn't Cupid, the truth made me ruthless. Used to fear death, now I don't give two shits. Bloody knuckles, two fists, rather have my boots kissed. Cook these heathens up like a steak out of Goose Chris. Straight out the nooses, they knowin' how we do in a moment. It's hammer time, let a nigga call me Judas. Mr. Mac is on attack mode, I'm ice, I don't act cold. Never mind, I'm an asshole, my mission defending black folk. Equipped with bacon tackle, standing next to me, listen, you could light a candle. Boots, braids, beards, and grills with all black camo. Coming out of Hebrew Academy, John Rambo. I'm a sample of your life. After stepping, fetching sample. Keep your bad and bougie ass on. I want my Lando. Yasha Allah, prophets of the Father. Watch me pop my collar. Fishing now, preparing for the slaughterhouse. Weapons of war in the drought. Hell, you talking about his God is all love. Why they chalking out bodies with your sawed off religion? Intentions is looking shoddy. Looking shoddy. A hard copy, we make a man out of Punani. The game is like Jumanji, recording it like Molly. UPK is one body, many members, no duplicates. The fake camps proving this. We in the BX bumps, my nigga, who you with? We too legit to quit, and it's an all-star weekend, not a heathen in the atmosphere. The whole damn atmosphere, the chariots are not. Yeah, I wish I got my jacket here, passing over land with our weapons in hand. Commanding General YAHANNA, raising messengers, man. Nothing ordinary, extraordinary, ain't a compliment. The white man's breathing on the black man's oxygen. Without the UPK, we still believe in false doctrine. I'm in the furnace, Johnny Cochran, and the glove don't fit. This is pissing off Romulus. The white man's the devil, America's a cockpit. Flaming homosexuals, Israel better stop quick. Christ is coming with 200 million black men locked him. Blood to the bright on flying saucers, I'm with my eyes. It's that UPK anthem. We ain't out here on the streets like a phantom. We be up on these corners like goddamn them. We be dropping these verses real exquisite. Nothing random, everyone is a hitter. That's why we land them. Hey, this that UPK anthem. We ain't out here on the streets like a phantom. We be up on these corners like goddamn them. We be dropping these verses real exquisite. Nothing random, everyone is a hitter. That's why we land them. Hey, this that UPK anthem. We ain't out here on the streets like a phantom. We be up on these corners like goddamn them. We be dropping these verses real exquisite. Nothing random, everyone is a hitter. That's why we land them. Hey, this that UPK anthem. We ain't out here on the streets like a phantom. We be up on these corners like goddamn them. We be dropping these verses real exquisite. Nothing random, everyone is a hitter. That's why we land them. Hey, this that UPK anthem. We ain't out here on the streets like a phantom. We be up on these corners like goddamn them. We be dropping these verses real exquisite. Nothing random, everyone is a hitter. That's why we land them. Hey.
Let's have fun with it.
Uh-oh. Stepped up on the scene. Dancing at all these cats is bitches. Y'all can't fuck with us on no level. They snitches, man. Let me tell you something. Talking about, I'm calling the police. If you have a warrant, I'm turning you in. Jesus Christ had a warrant, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? Judas ass niggas, turn them in for 30 shekels. That's that $2,000 reward. All y'all pussy and y'all hate your people. I ain't wanna do it cause this shit is vanity. If I didn't do it, I know you'll be mad at me. But this what they wanted, so this what it had to be. I gotta burn up these dudes like a calorie. They need to hang that shit up like a gallery. Everything that they be teaching is fallacy. Actually, they never left Christianity. All of that purple, no originality. So we be questioning your sexuality. Caught all the noise, kill all the faggots for you to police. That's the reality. Finance the school or policeman's salary. I do not mess with no swan like an allergy. Turn on the news, see all the brutality. Assault and battery, all the fatalities. Put on a badge, they murder us happily. It's obvious you have no sense of morality. Catered to women, I've been through the strategy. Seen the mentality. Modern day Pharisees, brought in phylacteries. It's insanity, came from a west and you have the audacity to bite the hand that has fed you, that's blasphemy. These niggas crazy. Like split personalities, arresting a nigga. Then teach on the Sabbath day, white supremacy. All in your spirituality. Muhammad said, get 'em. So here comes the casualty. Loyalty's not built inside your anatomy. You are disgraceful to all nationality. I know that this gotta hurt like a cavity. Your wife cannot see she looks like a manatee. Indirect distance, y'all bitches is cowardly. Y'all niggas pussy. He's using vulgarity. No fucks are given like chastity. Close to the edge, so I hopped off the balcony. You niggas stitch to the municipality. NYPD who be paying them hourly. You cannot skate with this, not in this galaxy. You cannot fuck with us in no capacity. One was your father, your leader, your majesty. Honestly, there is no place that I'd rather be. U.P.K ready for war like a Maccabee. Home of the truth, and I'll die for my family. All these cats is bitches. They can't fuck with us on no level. They snitches, man. Let me tell you something. Talking about, I'm calling the police. If you have a warrant, I'm turning you in. Jesus Christ had a warrant, nigga. Judas ass niggas, turn them in for 30 shekels. That's that $2,000 reward. All y'all pussy and y'all hate your people, bitch.
Okay, we sitting here with Officer Katazar, member of the I.S.U.P.K, coming out of 1 West 125th Street.
Damn right.
Sitting here in the studio. A couple of questions I'm going to throw at you.
All right.
Now, I hear you got a new track coming out.
Right.
And also here you're one of the founding members of the Lost Tribe project.
Had to be. I gotta burn up these dudes like a calorie. They need to hang that shit up like a gallery. Everything that they be teaching is fallacy. Actually.
Okay. Now tell me about this new track. Give me a little something about that.
Okay, yeah, like you said, man. You know what I'm saying? Officer of the I.S.U.P.K Israelite School, Universal and Practical Knowledge. Lost Tribes is a music group that you know what I'm saying, me and my brother THAWADAH started. You know what I'm saying? As you can tell, you know what I'm saying, our narration describes the lives of the lost tribes in the ghetto trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? So, long of the story short, you know, I got this track coming out. It's called 30 Shekels.
That's blasphemy. These niggas crazy. Like split personalities, arresting a nigga.
And represents a certain, you know what I'm saying, traitorous group. You know what I'm saying, similar to Judas. You know what I'm saying? Brothers who don't love their people, but basically, long of the story short, there was an incident that took place in a so-called Hebrew Israelite group, where a leader was exposed as not only a false prophet, a false leader, but a crooked cop.
I ain't want to do it.
And what happened was we addressed it. There was 2 articles that were brought out. You understand? And I mean a court case where they won over $700,000. You understand that, from the city of New York. When do niggas ever win against New York?
Right.
You understand? So here's my point. So a 2-hour video was put out. It was never addressed if he did it or not. An apology statement was never made. And then a music video comes out where they want to believe that we're petty and we're haters or mad at the color purple.
Okay.
Let me explain something to you, man. Nobody's mad at the color purple.
Right.
Like, nobody's mad at the color white.
Right.
The problem is that, like the white man, there's crimes that were committed inside the earth that were unanswered for, and justice needs to be brought. You understand? And what it comes down to is that these cats who wear purple, there was crimes that were committed by their leader, and nothing was answered for.
Right.
You understand that? And there's got to be a certain amount of repercussions. Justice has to come for those brothers. You understand that? Like, where is the sense of brotherhood? And then to turn around and say that they're going to snitch on their people. If you had a warrant, like I brought out on the track, Jesus Christ had a warrant. These are the same people that would have turned their brother in for 30 shekels for that same $2,000 reward.
So we for it. We're for stop and frisk. We are for cops in the hood. We're all for it. Bring more of them. So we for it. We're for stop and frisk. We are for cops in the hood. We're all for it. Bring more of them. Don't stop and frisk. I'm calling the cops. I am snitching. Your ass going to jail. If I'm in your neighborhood, you going to jail. If you are wanted, I'm turning you in. That's $2,000. That's a fresh free $2,000. That's good. Wanted $2,000. I can help my nation with that money. If you're wanted, you're going to jail. I will tell on you. I said openly. If any of you out here I see on the list being wanted, your ass going to jail.
And then to turn around and say that they're going to snitch on their people. If you had a warrant, like I brought out on the track, Jesus Christ had a warrant. These are the same people that would have turned their brother in for 30 shekels for that same $2,000 reward.
I'm turning you in. We snitch. I'm calling the cops. We snitch. We snitch. We snitch.
At the end of the day, what needs to come out is that this is what it boils down to. The track came out. Here you go. You got it now. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoy it. But this is what really needs to come down is that the I.S.U.P.K is the body of Christ.
That's right.
You understand that? And this is the place where you're not going to get oppressed. This is the place where we defend the fatherless. And what everyone else needs to know is that the Lord is with us.
Right.
You can't mess with us in a debate. You can't mess with us physically. You can't mess with us spiritually. And you're about to find out that you can't mess with us lyrically either. You understand that? And just like the days of old, when David had to unite the kingdom, what did he do? He went to civil war with his people. And you know how they knew who the Lord was with? They would drop on their side, but David would lose maybe 5, 10 people, thousands are dying on their side.
Right.
You understand that? And no matter what it is to defend this truth, we'll go to war and we'll be victorious.
Dig it.
We snitch. We snitch. We snitch.
Y'all can't fuck with us on no level. They snitches, man. Let me tell you something. Talking about, I'm calling the police. If you have a warrant, I'm turning you in. Jesus Christ had a warrant, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? Judas ass niggas turn them in for 30 shekels. That's that $2,000 reward. All y'all pussy and y'all hate your people.
Something not right here. Shalom. Welcome to our brothers and our sisters to the I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica Scripture Breakdown class, Sunday afternoon Scripture Breakdown class. I.S.U.P.K. began at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, 1969, and is run today by Commanding General YAHANNA. All right. So in tandem with this, with the headline today now, our topic today, daughter of Babylon preparing for a nuclear war. But what are we here in Jamaica preparing for? Can you tell me, brother?
In my opinion, it don't seem like we are prepared for nothing at all. Like we need to get the memo yet here in Jamaica.
What are we prepared for though? We're preparing for some kind of war that our own brother out here seem to be inflicting on the nation.
On each other, can.
Yeah, man. Crime is up. And the same America who taught us to fight against each other right back in the late 70s, 80s. Those same brothers, that same America now issue, what they call it again? Travel advisory.
Gun.
It's a travel advisory against Jamaica. It's a serious travel advisory too, you know. Yeah, man. I wonder if we can find it. Where I put it again. Yeah, man. Same America. There is a serious travel advisor against Jamaica. But anyways, America president had said let me see if we can put it how we put it. We Anyway, he was basically telling his people not to take Putin for a joke, which is not. It makes sense saying that. Why I say it makes sense? It's indeed that Russia is a nuclear superpower. Russia is not just a nuclear superpower, but Russia is the largest nuclear superpower.
God.
So when him say things like that now, it makes sense to take him serious. Even if he is not serious, take him serious because him have it. It's like a Krenga would have said to our next man, no, so I'll shoot you.
Right.
And because the next man know him and know him good and say, joke him a joke, man. But really and truly him have a gun. So if him tell you that, what you do? When a man have a gun and him tell him I'll shoot you, what you normally do? You go to the police station.
Right.
You go to the police station and say, officer, man,
Yeah.
they tell me say I'll shoot me now and him have a gun. Yeah. So if the man say him put nuclear on the table and him have the weapon, I don't see why we should not take him serious. We should. We should take him serious.
Right.
All right. Not only that, but then again, Russia, him say it, but him say it right in that time when he would normally have what you would call is routine nuclear drills. Russia is right in the time of his his routine nuclear drills.
God.
I mean, so maybe that was why others were saying, maybe him just not serious. But him said, and writing this is like a man tell us, a man would say, I'm going to shoot you, and then they see my excess a bus shot in your vicinity.
God.
What you going to do? I'm going to take him serious, and I'm tell me, I'm going to shoot me now. So here I know, suppose him say, like what him say now, say, boy, I'm threatening nuclear, right? And now I'm going to have him nuclear drill. Suppose suppose something go wrong.
Right.
Yeah. If something go wrong, what do you think the world going to say? We're definitely going to say, I don't think that was a mistake. You understand?
God.
That's not a... It did say I'm not going to do it.
And Slakia, sir, I think America and NATO have a drill, a nuclear drill, right around the same time.
Right
too.
around the same time.
God.
But you understand that my understanding is that for more than a decade now, Russia have a nuclear drill. Russia have their nuclear drill around this time. NATO have their nuclear drill. So it's as if now it's a matter of trust,
Yeah, God, I really that.
Yeah, man. So it's like NATO say, yeah, what? So they exercise them thing there, but we go out and go exercise too.
Just in case.
Just in case. Right.
We never know why in their mind. So
right. So, but the pundits out there are really talking some sensible things in that, they said, hello, treading on some serious waters here. This nuclear saber rattling is very serious. It's not a joke thing like you all would want to take it.
Gun.
Yeah. Because you all saying these crops, but the reality is something can go wrong.
All right. You remember one time I played a video about the Soviet Union during the time of the Soviet Union. One space, a flying saucer come down in a vicinity of one of them land site.
Gun.
And take over them lose control of the missile. And it set it right for launch. And everything what them do, it can't stop it.
Gun. I remember that video then.
Yeah, and then it just cool down. And then dismantle every single thing. And they couldn't find what really was the problem. They dismantled every single component to see what was wrong. But you know what is the interesting thing? What does the Most High say? He control what?
The Smith.
He control the Smiths.
Gun.
Yeah. And the Smiths that he's talking about is the makers of the weapons of war.
Gun.
Them talking about, you know, is a serious statement that in the scriptures, you know. Who are the Smiths when they come to the making of the weapons of the war today? You name some in America. There's a famous one.
Slovakia, I don't know the names of them, but I know America have a lot.
Yeah, you know Lockheed Martin.
Yeah, I heard about it before.
Yeah, man. Then Lockheed Martin are one of the big ones where I make the jets, you know.
Okay, gun.
They make some missiles. And they talk about if you I'm supposed to find it on Google still, you know, because a lot of them trade on the stock market.
Gun.
And people know them. People know when to pump money, like now, into investing in those companies. So the world call it a nuclear saber rattling, but it is more than just saber rattling.
Right.
Because they are right where the most. But we'll start with Revelation. Is what again? 6 and 4, or 4 and 6?
6 and 4, sir.
Revelation 6 and 4. Let's start with that one.
Another one. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
All right, so stick up in. So this what is happening in the spirit world here now is the Most High send something, I send a spirit in the form of a horse. And that spirit is to do what? Take peace from the earth.
Right.
Everybody know that if you're going to take peace from the earth, it means you're going to bring what?
War.
They're going to bring war. So the Most High taking peace from the earth is replacing it with something. Replacing it with war. All right. So what the Most High want from them now? Read on.
Another one. And that they should kill one another.
Most High want them to kill each other.
Gun.
All right. Now, what are we reading from again? Read the scriptures that we are reading from.
Another one. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6 and 4.
The book of Revelation. And isn't Revelation in the New Testament?
Gun.
And isn't this scripture to the Christians? Well, not only Christians, but like even in the Israelite, the most we are Old Testament Israelites. And they
prepare for time like these, you know.
I want to the Christians who say we are New Testament Christians.
Good.
Are they aware that this is what is the Most High is planning for these last days? Are they aware that the Most High himself is bringing war on this earth and not man?
Yeah, sir. The Christians are praying for peace. Peace on earth, you know?
In the UPK here, we don't pray for peace.
Right.
And that show you that this even the Christians have a little problem understanding the scriptures. They have a big problem understanding the scriptures. Because when they pray the Our Father prayer, what do they say? Thine will be done.
Good.
Which means what you're praying for is for what the Most High wants to happen. That's what is happening.
Right.
And the Most High, and one of the things that the Most High wants to happen is war. Read that scripture again.
Another one can. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 6 and verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
Now that is the deep understanding now of this scripture that we are reading here.
God.
That great sword that he is given. Which sword you know in this world that is greater than nuclear power?
None.
So this spirit that was placed in this earth to take away peace from the earth of nuclear power. True or false?
True.
All right. So how much countries in this world have nuclear power? Pakistan have. Is Pakistan able to threaten the world with nuclear weapons?
Yeah.
All right. So we don't think it's Pakistan. Israel have. Is Israel able to threaten the world with nuclear weapons?
Yeah.
All right. So I don't think that ours is that even though they are same Satan, the same devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. So it's not them. All right. Who else have? India have. But has India ever threatened anybody with nuclear weapons?
India try to play both sides of the fence.
Exactly. Well, India try to build an economy. What India do? India say, because of the war, and I wish Jamaica we could do something like that and get some of the cheap oil from Russia too.
Good.
Because I remember Russia was offering cheap oil, and what did Saudi Arabia and India, and I think Egypt, they went and they gobble up the cheap oil from Russia. All right, so it's not India. Who else? Who else have nuclear superpower? France. Sometimes if you don't check the statistics, you don't even know that. Remember that the French have nuclear power. They don't even talk about it. And they don't have a lot either. How about the UK? Same thing with UK.
Yeah, good.
UK, France. How much nuclear superpower have in there? So UK, France, who else?
I don't know if Italy have. Italy have?
Honestly, I do not know, but we can ask. We can ask Google.
Yeah, man.
All right, does Italy have nuclear weapon? Okay, they don't really have any for themselves, but them post-American nuclear weapon.
Okay, good.
Okay, so them host about 40 B-61 American nuclear bombers. Them host nuclear bombs for America. All right. Who else have now? America have nuclear power. They have used it. Russia have nuclear power. All right, before we touch Russia, North Korea.
Just as that.
Huh?
Yeah, them new to the game.
As
New
much as they love flying missile or something, Kim Jong-un, and America knows this. They know that they have nuclear, but they don't reach this stage to make it into a weapon yet. Sorry, let me not say that.
Them have the capability, but them no master it yet.
What they do master it is to put it on the warhead. You understand? To put it into put it on a missile.
Yeah.
Then probably they can fly a plane and drop it. But certainly, if they get in your territory with it, they can set it, put a time bomb on it for it to detonate. They can do that. But to stay into North Korea and lick a next country with a nuclear bomb, they don't reach the side. They can lick you with a missile, because they have missile now flying over Japan to the next side.
Good.
I have a feeling the Russians go and give them some aid too. All right, who else have now? Now we bring it down now to Russia.
You have China.
Oh yes, how could I forget the Chinese? The Chinese have nuclear weapon, but
they have a good amount too.
But China kind of underdog in the game too.
Yeah, can.
China never war anybody, you know. Never go and attack a country, you know.
Not that I know of.
So that's why I see you hear the matter with the Taiwan. They said the other day, the Americans, they can say, "Oh, they're coming right down in Taiwan, and you can't stop them." And then just put then just drive up one of them warship, that one or two of them warship down there, and watch the head back of what's your name, Nancy Pelosi. Yeah. No, you have to be a bad man to do a thing like that. Yeah, because really and truly, China's military is still not a walkover.
Right.
America, no doubt, might can beat them, but you know they are on their way to become to have the largest naval fleet in the world. No, them definitely going to be the most washed up, because we know that they are not even mentioned in biblical history as any bad man.
Good.
The bad man is Esau. And Esau is Russia and America and NATO.
Good.
So if the Most High say for them to kill each other, it's dark in the Eden. But you know, who you think will be killing each other? Esau, man. Esau will be killing. But they're doing it, because that's what they're doing in Ukraine. Yeah, Zelensky claiming that them killed about some 68,000 Russian soldiers already. You know. That is heavy casualty. But a lot of those are not really the Russian military, because Russia has not mobilized their military. So they have not mobilized their military to fight Ukraine. So, but I mean, if they had mobilized a quarter of their military to fight Ukraine professionally, Ukraine would have fallen a long time. But maybe him just want to go in and take over the Donbass region there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slacky, it seems, sir, it seems like Esau is the only one that is brave enough to attack Esau. You know what I mean? Russia so far is the only, what I call it, Edomite country who has, in modern times, who attack another
white
country. So them automatically become, you know, like a black sheep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they have been doing it because they did it in Georgia.
God.
Where else?
Poland.
Well, that was in the Soviet era, not about modern times.
God.
They did it in Georgia, you know.
The Crimea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know.
Ukraine.
God. Russia now play a ball, so you know what I mean. That is the main threat that Esau, well, different from we upright our rise, you know, and coming back to our knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
That is the main threat that America and the West see, you know what I mean, of a face, because they must say, here is another Edomite country who want power just as bad as we. You know what I mean?
Right.
God.
Russia sees the next turn of technology is electric cars and flying cars, you know.
Russia?
The world.
Oh, can.
And
Yes.
Russia see it.
Can.
So if you're going electric, then you're going to want electricity.
Can.
Then that will mean bigger turbines, because now you're going to wipe out gasoline.
Good.
So you're not going. Gas stations are going to get few.
Good.
Right? While power plants get more and larger. So you're going to need oil. So Russia wants to position himself to be the one to supply Europe with oil. OPEC don't seem to have a problem with that, because OPEC decided to cut production by, they said a 2%, they said they're cutting it by, you know, there is so much millions of barrels they put out per day. Because if they're going to if they're planning to cut oil production by 2%, and that 2% is equated to 2 million barrels per day. So that means they're doing approximately 100 million barrels a day. Yeah. That's a lot of oil this civilization is drinking. There's so much oil in the world, man. Damn. Wow. All right. So when America talk about the video with what's his name, Biden. I played that video with Biden talking about saying that Putin not a joke. But then again, politics all over. You can use it to muster the American people behind him for support behind him in the midterm elections here. Because Americans love when the president stand up for them during wartime, you know.
Risk of nuclear Armageddon is at its highest since the Cuban Missile Crisis of the 1960s. The US president warned that Russian leader Vladimir Putin is not joking when he talks about using nuclear weapons following losses on the battlefield in Ukraine. In the latest incident, a Russian missile strike destroyed an apartment building in the southern city of Zaporizhia. Now, this came as Russian forces lost more ground to Ukraine's counteroffensive in the south and east.
Gutted by Russian rockets. Here in Zaporizhia, rescue workers search the rubble for missing residents. Local officials say several people were killed, while more have been hospitalized. After the initial dawn attack, firefighters headed to the scene. But a second salvo sent locals running for cover, as well as rescue workers. President Zelensky condemned the strikes.
In Zaporizhia, after the first rocket strike today, when people came to pick apart the rubble, Russia conducted a second rocket strike. Absolute vileness, absolute evil. And there have been thousands of instances of this already. And there could be thousands more, unfortunately.
Locals were left reeling.
Why are they doing this to us? What are they trying to prove? Killing old people? Why? For what?
The attacks come as Ukraine continues to fall.
All right, so the Ukrainians can't understand why they're killing them, you know. Read the Revelations here again.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 6 and verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another.
All right. So she's saying, I can't understand why they're just doing this, why they're killing us. Sorry, that's what our God wants.
Right.
God wants to kill each other. In the same way that we out here, because of the curses, killing each other. The Most High wants you all to kill each other because He's going to really put His people in the position that they are in. Yes, you have a question? Why God want them to kill each other? Because in them, all right, by Esau's generation having peace, you're not going to have freedom. They won't be free from their bondage. But when the Most High put them to war, let them kill each other, then they're going to kill out each other, and you will get your freedom. So in other words, the Most High is going to war them to free you. So that's why I want them to kill each other. Yes.
Should we rest God's spirit?
Should you do what?
Should we rest God's spirit?
How? What do you mean by that? We should understand and obey God's spirit. Can't tell you that much. Yeah. All right, let me see if we can play a little more.
Force Russian troops back in the south and east. With these Ukrainian troops in the Donbass telling French reporters that they were using shells captured from the Russians. With winter fast approaching, Kyiv seems determined to press its current advantage as long as it can.
Straight to Ukraine then. Nick Connolly joins us from Kyiv. Welcome, Nick. We'll come to President Biden's comments in a moment. First, though, this attack on Zaporizhia seems to be part of a Russian pattern. Defeats on the battlefield, followed by attacks on civilian infrastructure.
Well, that's definitely the way it looks, and that's what the Ukrainian government has been talking about for a few weeks now. We've seen attacks on heating plants, on electricity infrastructure, also on water infrastructure. So there's a sense here that especially leading to this winter situation for civilians could get a lot worse, even for people living quite far away from the direct fighting, that they could be stuck in high-rise apartments without the ability to heat their homes or even the electricity to go about their work, their businesses. And there is this sense that Russia wants Ukrainian civilians to put pressure on their government to make compromises. That is basically the last hope, short of the kind of nuclear brinkmanship that we've been seeing in recent days, and that is now going to increase. It's interesting, we try to report on the situation and what Ukraine is doing to repair that infrastructure, but they won't let us anywhere near it. They are very, very worried that any information could provide clues to the Russians about what else they could destroy and what else they could do to weaken this country's infrastructure.
And this nuclear brinkmanship is something that the US president has said that we should take very seriously because this is not a threat. This is something that we should. Mr. Putin's threat is something that we should take seriously. The biggest threat since the Cuban Missile Crisis. What do people there in Kyiv say?
Well, that's the interesting thing. So basically, up until the last couple of days, people just haven't been taking it seriously. They've been seeing it as kind of symptom of Russian weakness, of desperation, an attempt to kind of escalate, given those kind of Russian failures on the battlefield, and basically kind of saber rattle. I think what really has made people think here have been those comments from the US, not only from Joe Biden, but also in previous kind of days and weeks from retired top US generals who've been kind of talking about what NATO, the US would do in case of a Russian use of nuclear weapons, talking about, sinking the Russian fleet, attacking all Russian troops on Ukrainian territory. I think that really has made people think that, the US is taking this seriously, and we've seen how precise those US intelligence predictions were running into the war when people here didn't want to believe that Russia was going to launch a full-scale invasion, and those American predictions turned out to be right. So there's lots of kind of nervous talk about buying iodine tablets, working out what to do if a nuclear attack were to happen, and even lots of kind of dark humor about raves and the kind of things people would do on their last few days after a nuclear attack. So there's a kind of attempt to try and kind of lighten the tone, but people are now increasingly thinking about this seriously and thinking about what to do.
And all of this because Ukraine's counteroffensive has been so especially effective in the last few weeks. What is the latest on that?
So we've heard a figure coming out of the Ukrainian military establishment. They're talking about 500 square kilometers retaken in the Kherson region in the south just in the past week.
All right. So one of the things that is happening with the preparation for nuclear war, I think America ordered some $200 million worth of iodine tablets.
Good.
And the Russians, I think the Russians them gathering them tablets too, and the Ukrainians. So everybody getting the iodine tablet, because what they say, if you survive the blast, your body is going to need that iodine to help fight the radiation from the nuclear.
Good.
Now they know this because they have been playing around with nuclear weapons, so they know the effects and so on and so forth. But this is not a joke preparation thing. So if people in America, get gathering iodine tablet and thing, maybe we should get some too. Because when that no one knows, we don't know how we don't know how. We know that when the bomb start drop, Christ is going to intercept. But that is when the bombs start dropping. We have a thing you call tactical nuclear. And the tactical nukes now is the one where the Americans them talking about, where the radiation don't really spread far for the tactical nuke. But just to show you how far behind we as a people are, as a country right now, is in preparing for anything in this world.
Good.
They are talking about nuclear war, nuclear preparation and things. We're still killing each other out here. What is happening in the war here is not Russian killing Russian, and it's not Ukrainian killing Ukrainian. It's two nations fighting, right?
Good.
And what is happening in Jamaica is one nation out here. And up to, I think it was this week, we have the US government issue a travel advisory. US is travel warning. U.S. is a travel warning to its citizens against Jamaica. And it's a serious thing, you know. Well, I'm sure in some ways this will cripple our tourist industry. In some ways, our tourist industry is going to get crippled because we depend on tourism to balance, to balance our net international reserve. Well, to balance our GDP. The reserve is really what is there you have in reserve. But when I talk about preparation for earning money to balance back to buy import goods and services, tourism is one of the things where we depend on the most. Okay. Why? That's the way it is. Tourism is our land. There was a time when it was bauxite, but bauxite now cut it again. All right, we'll play this video now, where our local station was playing. We haven't got the rights to this video. This is from Smile Jamaica TVJ. This is a video that was in the public domain, so we're just using it for educational purposes only.
4 months after the U.S. urged Americans to reconsider visiting Jamaica due to crime, the U.S. Department of State has reissued the Level 3 travel advisory. Zooming in now to discuss this, opposition spokesperson on tourism, Senator Janice Allen. Welcome to Smile. Good to have you.
Good morning, Senator. Good morning. Thank you both for having me. Good morning to all your viewers.
Good to see you. Boy, what, in your estimation, does this mean for us? It's a very general question, but anecdotally, when you see this being done again, what are your thoughts?
Well, this matter is certainly a cause for concern. It's very hard to ignore. The reality is that, as you said, 4 months after issuing one, we have another on our doorsteps. And the frightening part about it is that I think for the first time that I am aware, we have seen some, I believe it is 7 parishes have been listed as places to not venture into. And so advising particularly US travelers not to venture into these places. I know over the years we have seen certain areas of flare up, and this is not a new issue, but the extent to which this has become a real and pressing issue for Jamaicans and the industry is something certainly of concern. What the impact will be, we don't know necessarily, but one can safely say that it will have some impact because travelers today have so much information at their fingertips so readily, so easily, that they will come upon this information and it has the potential to have grave impact on the industry.
So what I want to, as we said, 4 months ago it was issued, then it was pulled, now it's being reissued. Why would that have happened? What would have happened for them to pull it and then now to reissue?
Well, I would only be speculating what would have caused them to pull it, but one would have to assume that maybe some things were going in the direction to suggest that things were becoming under control or coming under control. And the fact that it is back suggests that things are out of control, and that to warn their travelers, their citizens from coming to Jamaica is an indication that they're not comfortable with how things are. The reality is that we face it every day. And I've said it before, and I will always maintain that if Jamaica is safe for Jamaicans, then we will not be having this conversation. If Jamaica is a place of ease and comfort for Jamaicans, we would not be having this conversation as to the potential impact on tourists. And so clearly there is a lack of comfort on the part of the issuers of this advisory, the United States. There's a lack of comfort in terms of what has been done, where things are, and their level of comfort with the rate of crime that is rampant. We all see it, and we are experiencing it every day.
So I'm going to look at the excerpts from the report. This is the latest travel advisory updated Wednesday, October 5. U.S. citizens are being...
All right, so this was issued at the 5th of October. Travel advisory against Jamaica. Now listen to that thing. They're going to name the places that there is named in the travel advisory.
warned against traveling to Clarendon, Hanover, Kingston and St. Andrew, all of Montego Bay, St. Anne, St.
All right, you notice she paused when she said all of Montego Bay.
Right.
Why you think she paused?
Montego Bay is the main tourist place.
Thank you. THAWADAH. Montego Bay is a tourist capital.
Good.
And that was a place where tourists used to come. The rest of Jamaica killing off each other and then come and enjoy the sunshine and go back home.
Okay.
And it's now climbing in that direction.
Good.
So the travel advisory said all of Montego Bay. All right, listen on.
Catherine, St. James, and Westmoreland.
All right, so the name, we all know that Montego Bay is in St. James.
Good.
But the name Montego Bay and the name St. James. So I'm sending a message to his people. Anyway, I'll go and give my take on it too.
To crime. The U.S. especially warned its citizens only to go to Clarendon if they're transiting to other parishes and to stay on the highway. According to the U.S. State Department, violent crimes such as home invasions, armed robberies, sexual assaults, and homicides are common in Jamaica. It says sexual assaults occur frequently, including at all-inclusive resorts, and local police lack the resources to respond effectively to serious criminal incidents. Emergency services vary throughout the island, and response times may vary from U.S. standards. Goes on to say the homicide rate reported by the government of Jamaica for several years has been among the highest in the Western Hemisphere, adding that the U.S. government personnel are prohibited from traveling to several areas here, from using public buses, and from driving outside of prescribed areas of Kingston at night. This no nice. It sounds ominous.
It's a damning statement, or well, what you have just read is certainly, it makes us all uncomfortable. That's a fact. And as a participant in the industry, as a Jamaican, just generally, just to hear all of that, response times not at a standard that is acceptable, lacking resources. What this is saying is that we can't just PR our way out of it. We have to deal with the real issues and the fundamental issues that have caused us to be here. And this requires a joined up government approach. In some years past, when travel advisories are not new, but certainly the extent to this one is certainly new. And in previous years, when we have had flare-ups in issues in the country, in previous administrations, in the PNP administration, I recall vividly the minister at the time, instead of just saying to going out and seeing travel advisors or tour operators and telling them all is well, Jamaica is safe, visitors to Jamaica are hardly ever affected, what he did was call to the table the Minister of National Security, the Minister of Local Government, all of the relevant ministries to say, where can we as tourism provide the resources necessary to fix or help to alleviate the problem? Because no one in ministry is going to fix it. No one minister is going to fix it. And like I said before, this is a fundamental problem that requires us to really be frightened, yes, but frightened into action. And so it is my hope that rather than just, which I anticipate is happening right now, rather than just focus on increased advertising or increased public relation activities or inviting travel advisors to Jamaica for familiarization trips to show them that all is well, let us get together around the table and start to address the problems. And maybe tourism, in order to enhance
I just found the next best thing that you need to be doing right now that will make you tons of money. And I'm talking about
the product might start needing to invest in other areas. It has been done before, and maybe now is the time to do that, particularly in resourcing the JCF or other areas of security with the with support from the TEF to make these problems help to be reduced.
My greatest concern, Senator, is along with the extent of the parish advisories, I can't recall, maybe it has in the past, that they are now saying that at the all-inclusive resorts, so now they are pinpointing that even where it is that you believe you are away from what is happening nationally, it is happening in the resorts. I feel like the JHTA must be extremely.
All right, so this is the crux of the matter. That part there where they mentioned happening in the resort. But
okay,
probably somebody has a sexual crime on all-inclusive resorts. Well, we know who is going to the resort. All right. So sexual crime. I know the workers of matter have sexually assaulted tourists. So wonder how it's going. Who sexual assaulting who? You understand?
Good.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the workers that are sexual assaulting tourists.
Sir, tourists come down, you know what I mean, for sexual activities, you know what I mean, a lot of the times. You understand?
I know the tourists, them sexually assault the hotel guests them a lot of times.
Good.
And sexually assault each other.
Good.
So it's a question of who is really committing those crimes. We know them same bad money, them not going in the all-inclusive to commit no crime, like sexual assault in the body.
Good.
If it was a case where it's the gunmen or the bad boy them going in the all-inclusive to do anything, trust me, the response would have been different.
There would be a military response.
Repeat?
There would have been a military response.
Thank you. That is the army that would have responded.
Good.
So I'm really wondering who sexually assaulting who. Look like it's tourists committing these crimes against each other. Yeah. Isa at it again. But the thing is, it's happening in Jamaica. The travel advisory is against Jamaica, and who don't look good? It's Jamaica don't look good. But what do we here in the truth care? I mean, we have been talking about how they're treating the people long time.
Right.
If you have a dog and you treat him bad, you know, probably one day I'm going to turn on you, the owner, and bite you, you know. Him know say you might lick him, kill him, or whatever, but him will turn on you at some point and bite you because him can't take the oppression. And our people have been financially oppressed too long.
Right.
So you must have spill off. And the all-inclusive, at the time when the all-inclusive was formed, it shouldn't have been formed. All-inclusive block the trickle-down effect from the tourist industry.
Right.
Remember we talked about before how tourists used to come and they could go and buy a jelly from the jelly man, right? A liquor shop near the resort area. We also sell the Jamaican stuff. Them like, you know, go buy a cup of Jamaican soup. Then go buy the coconut products. Them, you know, the little things that were Jamaicans and sell.
Gone.
And do the little hustling.
Yeah.
All inclusive, cut all them kind of income.
Gone.
So you see what is happening now? It's really the chicken coming home to roost. That might be a terrible way to put it still, you know.
And Silakia, sir, recently they have been them put a ban on the chopper music and certain music. Me I wonder if this a come from, if this might be one of the factors them where them put a ban and, like, you know, the scamming. If one, that is one of the complaints where come from America. You know what I mean? That's why them ban
about the music,
song them and thing there.
But then again,
government, you know, like, see, you know what I mean? Young people make no money outside of them control, but see, now that this, you know what I mean, this come up now, I wonder if that is one of the reasons why them come down so quick on, you know what I mean, them song, yeah.
They're looking at scapegoat.
Right.
Right. See what Officer Zabadia say here. Say he has only heard Europeans talk about sex and resorts when they speak on Jamaican vacation. But I mean, a lot of the tourists that travel the world, they are really sex tourists. Eh? They go seek it.
Yeah.
All right. What you saying about the music? Have you ever seen any of you ever see any of the party boat them in the Kingston Harbor?
La.
All right. Well, I've seen a couple of them. If you're on the waterfront any like night, like on a Friday, Saturday, mostly weekends, you see the party boat them.
Okay.
With the tourists them come across. I don't know if they come from. I mean, I know they reach. They say which hotel them stay in, and they come Kingston. They so, but end up on the harbor, and the music where them thumping, and it's pure white people missy dancing.
Yeah, gone.
Now, whoever running the party boat would not be playing those music for them if they didn't want to hear it.
Gone.
So, I mean, these ministers, they are either totally, I want to say totally smart or totally stupid. And I know it's not totally smart. So it must be the latter. So, because one, you already took the tourists from the population. So how is it that the music is affecting them? Tourists, again, do not come to Jamaica and go to a local dance.
Silakia, meaning probably them feel like, say, you know what I mean, the chopper music, them a breed too much choppers. And as a result, you know what I mean, more victims over there in the United States. So I wonder if this might have been one of the recommendations. So that's why them come down so hard on the chopper music them.
Well, all right. There's a lot of Jamaicans in America seeking asylum.
God.
They have to flee because of gang violence and so on.
God.
I'm wondering if the information that they have gathered come from the fact that they have been listening to these people's story, and now based on the story that these people are issuing and where they are from, they issue that travel advisory.
Okay, come.
Because that could make sense, because a lot of Jamaicans up there, and we hear of cases, and they travel through Mexico, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of Jamaicans travel through Mexico, the Mexican border, and they get hold by the US, by the border guards, and you know, then they apply for asylum, and they get it. So it's now the American government who have to now look and say, okay, so this is what is happening in Jamaica. But as to for the resort areas now, I have to blame the politicians. I have to blame the politicians, because all right, if you going to need an all-inclusive hotel, it would be now. See, at the time when they bring in the all-inclusives, they should not have allowed it to happen then. If they had not allowed it to happen then, they would not have been in the problem that they are in now. Yeah, because like I say, people will be earning. There will be some trickle down from the tourist industry. But you allow the all-inclusive now to stop all the gaps.
All the flow of, you know what I mean, back to the port.
Any flow where that come down the line, you stop it. So there's nothing going to the population from the tourist industry.
Good.
Also, you stop the flow, the economic flow that would come through some aspect of commerce by you bringing in more Chinese. And then at the same time, it has become easier for men to get guns. It has become easier for them to become scammers.
Good.
So you end up in a situation where it's not a killer be killed so much, but if these men would have even farmed, government build houses on the farmland, where the farmland that you can give them.
Right.
So
yeah. To add to your point a while ago, sir. Remember, you know, it was farmland that they were building on just last week, you know, and the government come and bulldoze them. So
yeah,
you know what I mean. So there's no land. You know what I mean. There's no land. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
For the poor people, even build our farm, and because the government claims to control it all. You understand?
All right.
And have idle lands, like you show me a lot of idle lands in Clarendon where that is not being used.
Hectares
of, you know what I mean, lands that are not being used. And people need land for many different reasons, like
yeah. And these lands, that the land that they were clearing the people off the other day, since you do the video, I realize the government has halted the clearing.
Because of the backlash.
Yeah, the backlash. Because one, like I tell you before, these things only happen when this party is in power. I don't know why. So why is it that you keep on turning the pressure on and on and on for the people?
Right.
Anytime any animal out there in the wild, any animal even your pet, you can't him going to spring back on you.
Gone.
What say you, man? So you corner the people economically now. What you expect to happen? So now that the all-inclusive are feeling it, what are they now going to do? Build more prisons? Because their answer to the people has never been, okay, let us alleviate their suffering.
Right.
You see, a lot of them curse PJ and thinking about, I don't speak politics. But you see, when PJ was in there and pressure started reaching him, remember PJ come in with the route taxi.
Can you show me about that, sir?
That helped alleviate a lot of the pains that the people are feeling. When him just open the gate and say, all right, bring in the car, come run taxi.
Okay.
And you know, there was if you didn't know the days before the route taxi, you live in certain rural areas. Vehicle run there, you know, but once a day, it run through your community and it go all the way to the city, Kingston.
Okay.
So if you let that bus miss you, you have to wait till the next day. Route taxi change all of that. And the taxis that came in, it wasn't another nation that came here to run these taxis.
Right.
It was Jamaicans who run these taxis. And at the same time, what he did, he had put a lot of the sugar workers on redundant. Like I said, most time we don't like him, and many of the people who never like him, guess what they did not like him for? Guess why a lot of people didn't like PJ?
Slovakia. I don't know.
You don't know? Make a wild guess.
I know them used to call him a chichi man, you know?
That wasn't the reason why they didn't like him, because he went into power before them start calling him that. And now they understand that why they were calling him chichi man, because he was the one who the homosexual communities start to put the pressure on, the international community actually, who were in defendant of the LGBT movement. He was the prime minister that they started to put the pressure on.
Okay.
So when he come out and talk and like I said, boy, we have to free up the gays. They say, oh, so you're chichi man.
Yeah.
But why you think one simple reason? All right, if you become prime minister, why do you think they wouldn't like you?
All right, we know that our people don't like them own. So I would guess, boy, probably true, he was an Israelite.
The only reason why they never like you. That was the first reason. Same black.
Okay, good.
I used to hear a lot of the talk, even from our own people.
Okay, right. Good.
Regardless of the party where you come through, same thing.
Good.
The thing he was too black. But he wouldn't be in this dilemma that they are in now, you know.
Okay. Right.
Because one of the things that he always talk about is how he can balance back with the people. Right? But other than that, then just never like him. I think he's a black man, especially the other races. And like me tell you, he was the one who threw up the motor vehicle and make a lot of other black people can drive on the road beside the other nations them who have the motor vehicle from a long time. So they never like him for that.
And slack, yes, sir. To add again to your point, you know, say they did a thing and the public transport can't accommodate, you know what I mean, the volume of passengers and thing, and people are being, you know what I mean, end up have to go work and school late because the JUTC is not being able to provide the proper transport. So things like this, where you just explain a while ago, help. Because who people rely upon when the JUTC now work or can't come in time for them reach a school on time. I see them taxi them.
Same taxi.
You know what I mean? Same taxi where them fight, where them try, you know what I mean? The system, you know what I mean, demonize the taxi them and try police harass them and all them things. You understand? No, you probably see why them do that. But at the same time, without these taxis, you know what I mean, people don't get to work and school on time. Slovakia.
Right. And I'm talking from also the perspective of the taxi operators.
Good.
You have them right across the island.
Good.
So you have a lot of man now. I mean, we know that a lot of the taxi them also end up aiding crime. Probably 1% of them in total.
Right. You know,
probably less than 1%.
Huh? And crime go to every sector. You know what I mean? If you got a WAF, you find criminal activities in WAF. You know what I mean? Even at the government sectors as well. So that cannot be an excuse for them,
but
you know?
When the crime is up the top, what them call it now?
White collar crime.
White collar crime.
Yeah, white people crime. So that one, you know, persecute them one day.
So the white collar crime now is the one where the crime that is committed by the manager, those in authority.
Yeah.
And you hear them talking about the blue collar crime now. You know, that is what now? That is
regular criminals.
Huh?
The regular poor man crime, you know?
No, the blue collar crime is not the poor man crime, it's the middle class. Poor man crime now is straight criminal, is you the prison make fun.
Okay, God.
Yeah. And All right. Yesterday when we were on the street, we went to the Spanish Town Adult Correctional Center. All right. You remember we were talking about how long that center that place was built from in 17 something, you know.
1655. It was used
No,
as
the area was used for that.
okay, gone.
But that fancy stonework and thing where it's standing until now, it was built in 17 something.
Okay, gone.
When was slavery abolished?
Slavery was abolished in 1738.
No,
1838, Slovakia.
So that place was built 100 years before slavery was abolished.
Gone.
Yet still, when you research how were slaves sold in Jamaica, and they explain to you that slaves were sold basically everywhere, all in a taverns, all in a bar. They will turn up and sell slave. But when they're not up for sale, the holding place was that same prison. So they hold them in jails, and they have areas that are designated as slave holding house. But the one in Spanish Town now, they claim that it was built as a jail. But a jail for who? This was not built as a jail for any white collar crime.
Right.
Right? This was built as a jail to all slaves. While because you have slaves for sale, sometimes it takes weeks to sell them. You have to hold them somewhere.
Good.
And it was a person who put up in personal funds themselves, some rich white collar man put up in personal money to build that house to all black people. The narrative has not changed in Jamaica since.
Good.
They have no good intention towards the people. Like I said, the only prime minister Missy really put something out there. Michael did try with land lease. Land lease come on and box the people and back in the face because they get the land for lease and they don't get nothing for sure to them have the authority to. Because who they lease the land to, most of them couldn't read and write anyway. Never know them rights and all that. And many of these lands that they were leased that they would lease for farming, a lot of them didn't have water supply. So you still can't farm. You have to wait for rain.
Good.
What sense that make? We don't know. When him should I put irrigation in it? But anyway, I suppose what I was trying some succession and planning where him come and say, right, me provide the land, and next prime minister can provide the water, which didn't happen. PJ come and him open up a taxi situation. That is what our people majority of our people been feeding on since. A lot of our people used to feed on having a clothes store over there. You know, a lot of these clothes store that used to be in our town areas. Clothes store, cook shop, small restaurants, and mini marts used to run by the same black people who were employed in government and the managers, right? The money where them earn, them use it and open one little clothes store. All these areas now gone to who?
The Chinese.
Thank you. So you bring in an next nation to take away that wealth, and you don't expect crime to go up. Crime must go up.
Right.
So it's a case now where you have to ask, and if we are here and we can see that, then we're in a power must know that. So the only question we, the people, can ask them is, why are you doing this? What is the big catch to all this? Are you preparing the people to put us back under the UK? Because we know that the UK want to take up back, what you call it? The Commonwealth.
Commonwealth. Gun.
And Jamaica was #1 to the British in the Commonwealth. Are you preparing the people to put us back under the British? Is it that what you're doing? Because the only questions we can ask now is why? Because if we with our knuckleheads down here so can see that, they must know that what are they doing. It's not by chance. So the only question we can now ask is, why are you doing this? Why did you cut the flow of income from the tourist sector, from the people? Why did you cut the commercial flow from the people and give it to the Chinese? Right? Why did you allow guns to flow in the island so easily?
Right.
I'm sure it would have been way easier to monitor the ports than to be monitoring the streets that you are monitoring now. It's way easier. It takes less resources, less human resource. All you have to do get couple, pay the guards them at these ports properly.
Right.
When they wanted to stop white collar crime with tax collectors, what they did, they increased their salary. Yeah, then pay them good, so they don't need to trouble government money. And when they, if them in a rut and them need money to borrow, the same government can lend them. Without them going through bank. And lend them sometime at no interest rate too. Because they are the ones collecting their money. So they know how to fix what they want to fix. They want to fix crime, they can fix it, you know.
Gun.
They can. But my question is, what is it you are preparing the people for? Because I know you are preparing the people for something. And I think you want to put them back under King Charles.
Well, a new king in power now. It might have
King Charles III.
Gun.
And America, England is on them way out from the thing there, from EU.
So, see there.
You see how befitting it is for us to begin this class with Revelation 6 and 4.
6 and 4. Gun.
Yeah, the Most High are gonna make us kill off each other.
Gun.
Because you are deliberately putting the Most High's people to kill each other. So who is there to punish you?
Right.
Well, God said, all right, I will be the one to punish you. Release the spirit of war. Release it in this world. And let them kill them one another, same like how they are preparing to kill for my people to kill each other. Right? So, what is happening in Ukraine? Even if Putin becomes a coward and walk away, it is going to spring up back.
Right.
Because that's what the Most High want. And I can tell you that don't seem to be dying down anytime soon. Somebody is going to trip a wire.
Right.
Because they are not perfect. So somebody is going to touch a wrong switch or the coordination of the, just like how we see America doing a military drill with South Korea the other day. America, South Korea, and Japan. And because Kim Jong-un fire missile, because Kim see them doing them drill and thing, Kim test one of his missile and it fly right over Japan.
Good.
All right. So we're South Korea don't know. All right, we're gonna test some missile. And them own missile fall in them country.
Own. Slovakia.
And then people believe that it was North Korea attacking.
God.
Yeah, the Most I show you that is how World War III going to kick off properly.
By a misunderstanding.
Accident. Yeah, man.
God.
Right? And by that kick off now, the man who they are going to jump on now is going to have to say, Stone, I'm going to have to make a first strike.
Good.
Because that is how the Most High, that is how Christ, because Revelation is Christ. As a matter of fact, it's in Jeremiah 12. All right. Give me Psalm 137 and 8.
Another one gun. Another one gun. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 137 and verse 8. O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed, happy shall he be that reward thee as thou hast served us.
Come on. This is what they are doing to us. This is them pushing us to kill each other. The Most High is going to push them to kill. The Most High is pushing them to kill each other as well. Right?
Right.
So it's just a matter of time now before it starts happening in the West. And the winter is coming. We're going to see what General Winter is going to bring about this time. Right? Because next year, I can guarantee you, next year, this time, it's not the same world.
Good.
Things won't be the same by next year this time. Right? And our people need to prepare for that. They better start loving each other.
Right.
Because when America goes into recession and things can't flow down here, so who we can turn to? We can't turn to the Chinese for nothing. We're going to see that we only have each other.
Good.
And by we having each other, what can we do? Help each other.
Right.
That's the only thing it'll turn out that we can do. So we have to start now, show love to each other so that we can make each other survive. Everybody trying to kill us and we trying to kill ourselves too. That is annihilation.
Right.
Luckily, we have a God who look out for us. Most I look and say, oh, so the same thing that you're doing to my people, I'm going to do to you. Right? I am going to let you kill each other just the same. All right.
So okay, I want to read 9.
That's what? Psalms
137.
Read 9, let me hear it.
Another one can. Happy shall he be that take and dash thy little ones against the stones.
Now that is when we manage to exact the revenge on them.
Right.
Then we get to dash their little ones against the stone.
Right.
But right now it's really them dashing our little ones against a stone, you know.
Good.
They are the ones killing out. That is why we're gonna be happy when the table turn. You get me?
Right.
Yeah, man. So let them continue being mischievous around the Most High's people, and you'll see what the Most High is going to have in store for them. All right. It was Jeremiah that we read the time where I'm trying to remember now. One goes straight to that one. This scripture that I think it's Jeremiah 15. Sorry, or 51. The scripture that talk about tell you about the first strike.
First strike.
You don't use the word first strike. When Babylon not going to that you're going to see and know where the strike come from. You say if it's Jeremiah. Jeremiah 50 or 51. All right, let me see 50. Oh, I'm trying 51. All right, we're going to read Jeremiah 51 and 5.
Another one, gun.
All right, read it.
Slack, sir. Check out verse 12 and see if that theater. Another one, gun. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 5. For Israel has not been forsaken, nor Judah of his God, of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel.
That was what, 5?
Gotcha.
Israel had not forsaken, nor Judah of his God. So you see, it's a dilemma that we are in that make it seem as if, boy, God has forsaken us. But he's reminding us that we are not forsaken, right?
Right.
I have not forsaken you. I have not given up on you. I have not given up on you. It's just these people that is around you. They are terrible. And this is what they are doing to you. All right. So if you go down to from say 11.
Gun. Verse 11. Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the king of the Medes, for his device is against Babylon, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple.
All right, so all these countries that you see building and speaking against America, and they have their weapon. Even King Jong-un. King Jong-un have a ministry specifically to destroy America. But that's what the Most High want. The Most High want every nation to turn against him.
Right.
Right? Now we know some of them not going to do it, because them who did have slaves and things who is same like America, they're not going to want to turn against him. But those who turn against him, that's what the Most High want. The Most High want the nations with the weapons to turn against Babylon. And see, the thing is, you know who have the military might who can knock out America defenses? Russia.
Good.
So if Russia is able to knock out these defenses, then you have the other nations will fit in. The other nation will just fall in with the sword and whip us as the Most I want it.
Right.
I understand. That was verse 1.
Verse 11.
All right, read verse 12.
Verse 12. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes. For the Lord has both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon.
All right. Set up the standard and what?
Upon the walls of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare the ambushes.
All right. Now, so when America talk about, Biden not joking. Sorry, when Biden said Putin not joking, you know that they are watching.
Right.
They know you have it. So they are watching. And one another thing that they said, we haven't seen any move made by Russia for us to change our nuclear posture. Meaning, well, we don't see him do anything, because how the nuclear goes, the warhead is not stored on the missile,
Okay.
The warhead is stored at a known location. Right? Okay. And of course, many of them put the warhead somewhere else where nobody don't know. But it's not stored on the missile. So you have to go to a particular location, retrieve the warheads, bring them to our next location, connect both, and then take it to the launch site. So
like yes, sir. Can I ask a question? All right, if all of this is done indoors, which would assume Russia would do that indoors, how they would know?
That's my point. A lot of the things, even though they all agree that okay, this is how we're going to do it.
Good.
Yeah, man, you're going to have some little unknown. Because I wouldn't be surprised if America have way more nuclear weapons than what is on the table.
Good.
I wouldn't be surprised of that.
Good.
I wouldn't be surprised if what they say Russia have, they actually have more to.
Right.
But one thing I know is that the most I want some nuclear to be injected in the earth. So probably, I don't know, maybe then the nuclear is what is going to take us into the next, the new world.
Good.
Because that is going to know, I'll let him know have to change our whole body, as it says in the New Testament, will be changed in the twinkling of an eye.
Good.
So that we can get to survive in the nuclear fallouts. Because the nuclear, when the nuclear Armageddon start, if the earth is going to naturally cleanse itself of the nuclear, it's going to take a couple 100 years, you know. Which is why they have underground cities. So they're going to have to be living underground for at least 50 years before the half-life, a lot of the... And about that fact, I was watching something the other day too that says, telling about Russia's and Russia's nuclear capability, telling that Russia smallest bomb is like the one that America dropped on Hiroshima. So the man, they have hundred of times greater than that bomb. It's only Esau would think these things, you know.
Good.
Only Esau wants something like this. All right, drop me in the same scripture down to verse 56.
Another one gun.
55.
55.
Yeah, you read 55, 56.
Another one gun. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 55. Because the Lord has spoiled Babylon and destroyed out of her the great voice, when her waves do roar like great water, a noise of their voice is uttered. Verse 56. Because the spoiler is come upon her, even upon Babylon, and her mighty men are taken. Every one of their bows is broken. For the Lord God of recompenses shall surely requite.
All right. So this is the most I know, making you know that whatever you see happening to the daughter of Babylon,
good.
They are so powerful that is only the bottom line is this: they are so powerful that it is only the Most High God have power over her.
Good.
That's how powerful it is, or they are. And this is how they feel that they are powerful, because during the Soviet era, they were able to, how should I put it now? they monitor all the Russian fleets. That's how good the America's spy technology was. Every move the Russians make, they knew. It's as if they were always one step ahead of the Russian. When the Russia's nuclear submarine would park in international waters, not too far from America, America was there watching them. If their intention was to ever strike, America could strike them before they strike.
Okay.
But the most I is telling you that watch yourself, man. Is me have the power over them. So it's just like when we were, in the land. If the smallest nation come up against us, and the Most High is not with us, what would happen?
Would lose that battle.
Thank you.
Gone.
We would have lost that battle. And this is the same thing. Babylon going to lose because that's what the Most High wants.
Right.
The Most High want them to be seriously spoiled. Or you spoil a nation, you invade them and what the word they use for it now? It was happening in the time of Giant Flight when they break the stores them and
loot.
Gone. Today they talk about loot, but the Bible call it spoiling.
Gone.
So when you spoiling Babylon now, it means then that you are looting. So all the men have, all the people them, it's going to be just one big looting spree.
Right.
Because what? It's the end of her. But that is just before the bombs drop.
Right.
Because when them bombs drop, there won't be any looting. When them bombs drop, the people who leave behind, some gonna be survived. You're gonna have survivors, survivors. Right. But trust me, you survive. But some of those who survive gonna die shortly after, and many who didn't get direct hit from the bomb, the wind bring the fallout across, and that is going to kill trees and all living thing in its path. That is how great the thing that is the nuclear fallout, right? But our people don't seem to take this thing serious.
And so like, yeah. We have to blame our leaders, because if, you know what I mean, America is taking measures, you understand, to prepare them people, you know what I mean, for a nuclear fallout. You know what I mean? Why aren't our leaders taking the measure like what you said, you know what I mean, to make sure that we, as a, you know what I mean, we here in Jamaica have some, you know what I mean, things that can prevent nuclear fallout from affect the population.
All the preparations a year the rest of the world make it. They never hear our leaders talk about it. If I'm to say, well, you know, I'm going to get some of the iodine pill for the people.
Good.
Even that, because if a bomb should fall in America, and say it's not the end time and the bomb fall in America, that nuclear fallout is going to blow across to us here in the Caribbean.
Right. Yeah, I understand.
That radiation is going to come across.
God.
All right. So if you back to CM 51 verse 8.
Canada one can.
They understand what you're dealing with when it comes to Babylon.
Canada one can. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, be she may be healed.
All right. Take balm for our pain. If people, well, old and young, you have pain and you take the pain ointment and you rub it. And you might band it, rub it in. When you put the tie around your joints and so when you feel pain and things.
Okay.
Right, so in Babylon, so I said, no, the pain of Babylon of feet, take balm for her. But it's not going to work.
Right.
And when you read verse 9, you see that it's not going to work. Read verse 9.
Canada one can, verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies.
All right. Sudden. Babylon's destruction is going to be sudden. So they can make all the push they want to push on black people here, believing that they are going to get us back into slavery. This man said, Jesus Christ is king. Yeah, we know that. But what are you saying? When you renew thy mind, what are you saying? Jesus Christ is king. Yeah, we know that. Which is what we talk about all the time.
Right.
And this is how we know that. Hey, when white people talk about Jesus Christ is king, this is somebody look like a white person.
La, it don't look white, sir. It look like a light skin, probably an Israelite.
Right. So that is a Israelite with a white mind.
Good. We know him talk about that white Jesus. That
Yeah, man.
Blonde hair, blue eye Jesus, you know?
When you hear them talk about Jesus Christ is king, you know what I'm trying to tell you now? Say, what you talk about now go on, because God is love.
Okay.
Well, if you renew thy mind, you need to renew the time that you come into class. If you were in the class at the beginning of the year, or we started, that it is the Most High that is pushing the nation to kill them one another.
Right.
Right. So Jesus Christ is king, yeah. But that is what Jesus wants. Let them fight so that his people can be free. Look at what they are doing to us in Jamaica here, and make it look like say, boy, is just. And you see those the news report that I played about what is the travel advisory. You never hear them speak against who is really the real push behind the growth of crime in Jamaica. They always blame the people.
Good.
And we know that the people are governed. You govern the people.
Good.
Right? Many of us would not have become, many of our people would not have been involved in crime. If it one simple thing, let's say you allow them to travel. Not even that. Right? They are governed. They can't travel, go anywhere they want to. Many of them would have gone somewhere, earn some money, and come back and start a business. And by starting a business, they are able to employ other people.
Good.
But you open up the avenues now for other nations to come amongst us and box the bread out of our mouth. Take away our opportunity. And at the same time, our people have problem to travel abroad. When you have them travel advisory thing at issue now, what do you think happen? Even though we know that is the LGBT thing they're trying to push on Jamaica still.
Right.
Just that they're taking another turn now. They really know, they realize now that they can't go the diplomatic way because Joe Biden, Biden was planning to do it is to use the government's diplomatic avenue to push these countries, including Jamaica, into free up, change their laws to accept the homosexuals.
Good.
Bob's COVID come and lick him, because remember him say within the first 100 days I'll be doing it. COVID knocked them out. They realize they can't do it that way, so they're using another way now. What they are doing is exposing what is happening in the island, and it's no different from what is happening in America. The other day, crime rise in America so terrible. They didn't even put it on their news.
Right.
You remember when they were talking about what they call it? What and grab? They call it smash and grab.
Gun.
Yeah.
Gun.
They call it this baby because the white people that do most of the white people that take where people things now. It's smash and grab.
Gun.
But the same fallout reaching Jamaica now, and people turn to crime. My people do not travel to this place, you know. You're not even safe in these all-inclusive places, you know. And I'm sure many of the crimes in the all-inclusive are the same tourism are coming in.
Good.
When we want to go in all-inclusive now, we have to have money.
Right.
So if you want, you have to pay money to go in there to thief.
Yeah.
What sense would that make? Does that make sense? You just keep your money and prevent yourself from thief, from stealing.
Good.
But you know, they take us for one big buffoonery. All right, that look like the times that we have now. Questions or comments?
So lucky, just to add to my earlier point that you made, sir. You know what I mean? Same thing about the all-inclusive. It is the government, you know what I mean, to be blamed, you know what I mean, along with the oppressor, because you make the hotels all-inclusive, and then now you give the oppressor occasion to can say, boy, sexual assault and this go on. When them things they never used to go on when the trickle down used to take place, when tourists was able to walk about, you understand, and deal with citizens, you know what I mean? And another thing as well, notice say them make Bob Marley Beach now privatize, you know. You know Bob Marley Beach though?
Yeah,
which belongs to the people of Beach Road. You understand? Here in Bull Bay. No, them are privatize it. I wonder if
the one in Bull Bay talking.
Yeah. I wonder if this come from that same thing away, same complaint that we come from America. Because Bob Marley Beach has been attracting a lot of tourists because of the name of the beach. You understand? And the people them in a Bob Marley Beach now, we live in a Bob Marley Beach, they would be the ones benefiting from it. So now, I don't know if it's a thing, is one of the old style of just cutting off the poor from revenue, or just a response from this. You understand?
Yeah, man. And the same people them who behind these beaches, they want it that way now. Because a lot of them same people who see run them business, when they come amongst us, they give it the impression like, you know, yeah, I'm down with you, you know, brethren, blah, blah, blah. And when them back turn and them go and mix with the other nations, those niggas, I don't want them nowhere near my place.
True. Gone.
That's the way they behave.
Gone.
But they can't believe that they're going to isolate the people and have everything peaceful.
Gone.
It can't work. Or you isolate over, all right, they are almost 3 million people. So let's say you are going to make provision for 2/3 of the population. You're going to isolate 1 million people. That's an army, you know, man.
Right.
That is an army, and you are going to now unleash that army and then the rest of the 2 million people. You need a system where you can make, and they have to do it soon too, because one, the tide is turning, and two, I mean, you're losing grounds with the people. They have lost ground with the people. If you should bring back the tourists on the road, I know if them bring back tourists on the road, what do you think people will be doing? Trying to sell something to tourists rather than trying to rob tourists.
Gone. Right, because here in Jamaica, you know what I mean? We're not going to shut themselves.
You know that the tourists love red stripe. They love the coconut, native coconut. Right? They want to try and sell them little things there rather than trying to rob them. But now you tell the tourists don't buy anything from them, anything they want, the all-inclusive view. Everything the man over do. The man on the road going to try to take away their money next week. But that is not what happening because tourists robbery might take place sometimes, just like how it takes place in their own country. It's not like they are safe in America and not safe in Jamaica. They're not safe in America. Yeah. What you saying?
Smashed and grabbed in America.
Thank you.
So like I just say, well, the poor here in Jamaica don't shoot themselves in them foot. Why rob the tourists where I go come back next year and spend the same money with you? You understand? So we know where the tourists them would enjoy, and then we can limit living a fight. But of course, our leaders them don't want to see that. But you know what I mean? I guess it's the most time we have to separate we from these heathen.
Yeah, because they are now trying to.
You know what I mean? No, we might get ready for freeing people, so I'm probably try.
And they are now trying to make there's a bigger picture behind the whole thing. It's a matter of time before we see the bigger picture behind the whole thing.
Yeah, man, God.
All right, so with that, we turn the class to Priest and Officer Kayadwan.
All right, clap it up. All right, these are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10, means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you'd like to give. All right, so upcoming Holy Convocation. That is we are currently in the feast of Tabernacle started last week, Sunday. The closing will be Monday. So tomorrow will be the closing. Just tune in to I.S.U.P.K on Facebook, YouTube, you understand? And partake in the feast that the Most High commanded, you know what I mean, his people to partake in, you know what I mean? And those celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween and them something like that. So this is the 15th day of the 7th month for 8 days. So it's on Sunday. It started Sunday the 9th and will end on Monday the 17th of October. You can find this in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 34 to 44. Reminding Akiam and Akwatiam to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he's to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we say I'm Madam, which means to start. Sarah Wapanya Akwadam, which means east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Mayam.
Shamashamayam. Koda. Aya. Shamka. Yahawa. Malakwata. Taba'a. Ratazaka.
Aya.
Aisha. Marataza. Kawa. Aya. Washamaya. Nathanael. Lakam. Kal. Yawam. Wasalaklanawa. Kawabwatnawa. Kasalaknawa. Kawabwatianawa. Wala'a. Tabayanawa. Manasayawa.
Abal.
Awashainawa.
Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka.
Amalakwat. Wa'ala. Watapara. La'aiwalamiam. Aman. In English, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come, thy be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our debts.
Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory. Forever, so be it. Prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living.
Yahweh.
In
the name of Yahushai. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction. To the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets. The teachers. The princes. The priests. The Israelite brothers and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen. And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites. And the nations. And their drug dealers. The court system. Prison system. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies. Amalek synagogues and armies. Roman Catholic Church. The Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Posse Comitazi. The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Workers of witchcraft. NASA space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet and the airways.
Open up the internet and the airways.
The cable access channels and the radio channels.
The cable access channels and the radio channels.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
That stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words.
That stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth.
Through the earth.
And consume them.
And consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let Yahweh, Michael, and Gabriel.
Let Yahweh, Michael, and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucer.
Come down with the flying saucers.
And punish all the heathens.
And punish all the heathens.
That come up against us.
That come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all that it is the angel that hath done it.
Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that has done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world.
Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh, thank you always so be.
In the name of Yahweh, thank you always so be. All right, this is the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Washam Yahweh.
Washam Yahweh.
Awakosha.
Awakosha.
Nathanael
now.
Hakak.
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 Give us a Hakak.
Larapa'a.
Larapa'a.
Kalmakala.
Kalmakala.
Wakal Marawa.
Wakal Marawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lata'ar.
Lata'ar.
Amatazaraya.
Amatazaraya.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakwaya.
Lahakwaya.
Amathia.
Amathia.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al-Rakawa.
Al-Rakawa.
Atama'ala.
Atama'ala.
Nagarasha.
Nagarasha.
Washam Yahweh.
Hashem Yahushai.
THAWADAH Aman. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits to cast them out in the name of Yahushai.
The power against unclean spirits to cast them out in the name of Yahushai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. All right, this is the prayer for the blessings to bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'asham Yahushai.
Ba'asham Yahushai.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Wayasharala.
Wayasharala.
Wa'a.
Wa'a.
Bayatsaparia.
Bayatsaparia.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'a.
Rapa'a.
Magan.
Magan.
Hagan.
Hagan.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Commanding General Yahanna.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
The young men and the sisters.
The young men and the sisters.
Ba'asham Yahushai.
Ba'asham Yahushai.
THAWADAH Aman.
THAWADAH Aman. Okay, what you have just said in English. Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Jesus. Thank you so much.
All right, sir, which means to turn. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel. I'm Adam Shabbat. I'm Adam. Barak. Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai Barakatah.
Yadamata, sir, which means to turn. Turn and face the sisters. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel. I'm Adam Shabbat. I'm Adam. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Yadamata. Class dismissed.
All right, let's take us out.
All right, cancer. All right, remember to like the video, share the live around. You know what I mean? If you have questions, just leave it in the comment section. You know what I mean? I will play some music and close out. Shalom.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man, shit, nigga. They turn their head over, nigga.
I bet when Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe to lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies, this hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Nigga think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spin, I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jacob. So time war, we gon' run the summer. It's gonna be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young pay. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit light. It ain't on who got this gun, it's on who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raise up the chain. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
You'll never see another nigga like this. Used to have that white bitch popping on the night shift. Now I'm one westward, sharper than an ice pick. On you rappers' necks and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury. I got 2 jets. If I can't make it do for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the storm in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the storm in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be rapping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics. It got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani. My wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home and change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tech, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s, we see in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha War straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op heard. Lighters in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. It can't. The streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know like. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the storm in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know like. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the storm in my whole life. My whole life.